chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, Tuesday. 21. Hey, gun.
Now Ryan on second down. He completes it to Julio Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Left. Left. 11.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now Wilson on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tech McKinley in there to bury him for a loss of 11. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
14, run it. Run.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Caught on the right side by Jones. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second down, Ryan. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. Here's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's third and goal.
Gun! 12!
Again, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Bryant's kick is good. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in position. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And we got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. That'll bring up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else.
There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed.
Super toe.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
12.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
22.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
21. Hey, express. Go.
Throwing again. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Ryan will throw again. Letting one go deep for the end. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 60 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he's able to put it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
20. Hey, South.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Ryan on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
the speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Here's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency.
Hey, South. Wait.
To throw on 2nd down. Ryan. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Let's go. Hey, Tuesday.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
20, wait. Hey, Tuesday. Right. Let go.
Throwing on third and long. Ryan escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, it's Wilson again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. And on the ground they go with the running back. They find some open field here. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And now it's blocked. The Falcons have it. But he'll get no further as he's brought down within sight of the goal line inside the 20. But all he'll get is knowledge that the extra point was no good.
You and I have not met a coaching staff yet that likes to coach negative situations. You know, even plant that in their head. But you have to work on what happens if you get an extra point blocked. Because now they can pick it up and return it for 2 points. You have to go over that.
Nice job to get back there and make the tackle, preventing them from getting all the way. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense, because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, They said there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. 14,
14, run it. Run it, run it, run it. Good, good, good. 95, 95. Hey, hey.
From the gun, Wilson. Flush to his right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Ryan on 2nd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
19.
On second down, here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
To throw is Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. Gotta go.
On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
Gun! 21! Look out!
Now it's Ryan. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, But like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
That doesn't help indeed. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.